says we're live. It says we're live. We're live. So anyway, we're live. Make sure everything else is kosher out there. Says we're not on Rumble yet. Now it says we're on. It says we're on. Are we going? I don't know. I don't know if I'm all the way up and running on everything. Well, shit. God damn it. It's the president's schedule. It's spectacles on this. Oh, let's go. Oh, spectacles on this. Just took a minute. Rumble slow. Rumble slow. Everything's up and we're rock button. Up and rocking and rolling. Hello. Welcome. This is Kep'sChat. We're doing Let's Chat with Kep. We kind of changed everything up. Rebranded it on a new channel and everything because it was just kind of being a messed up fucking deal. Kind of got a little bit better fast, but an idea. I'm doing some Minecraft playing and we will chat about that. I do not do that on X. I do that on Twitch instead of X. So welcome. I am Kep. Welcome to my crazy ass world. Coming to you live from Eastern Iowa. I'm not a very tech savvy guy, so I don't have like videos or shorts. I did a short on my other channel and I really needed to take it down because you couldn't see nothing. I did it in the dark. I didn't have a flashlight on my face, so you couldn't see shit, just saw me talking. But we like to laugh. I like to laugh. We live in serious times, which is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody says they've lived in serious, tough times. We do have it pretty fucking easy, relatively speaking, to people that lived to be only 30 years old. So, and had to go through hell just to get to that age. So we laugh, we talk, we chat, we have some fun. Here we are. Tired. Shouldn't be tired. Did not wake me up early this morning because she's itchy, but anyway, welcome. We might cut this a little bit shorter tonight. Idea I'm suffering from a fucking headache, and I hate headaches. Rock my head back and forth. I'm trying to pop my neck. Usually it makes it feel better. Sometimes it don't. I don't. Anyway. I try to find some funny memes to start things off, or videos in between and whatnot. I thought this was kind of fucking hilarious. Um, I think he done fucked up in this. I think he done fucked up. I gotta quit putting my arm up there. It looks fucking ridiculous. I don't know what to do with my hands. I feel like you're eating. Uh, boy's fucked. I mean, maybe there's a dock there. Just open up and get out. But I don't know. Um, kind of funny. Kind of funny. Speaking of fucking funny, uh,
is for no apparent reason.
The bison attack. The fucking bison attack. Fucking hilarious. I'm pulling this right off Fox News. Grandpa's out there, and he's only 65, but he's out there with his grandkids and watching the bison, and he was a safe distance away. This guy's all jacked up on his testosterone. He's just all jacked up. It's rut season. He's get some, but he takes off after this guy and just fucking launches him.
To be involved. It's just grandfather and his grandson.
He shouldn't have stopped there. He shouldn't have stopped. He should have kept running back this way or gotten over to the truck.
Pictures of the bison, and watch this. Is he coming around the stand?
That's where I think he made a mistake.
And gosh, gets flipped up in the air. Oh gosh, gets on the stand of trees. Watch this. Is he coming around the pictures of the bison, and watch this. Is he coming around the stand of trees? And he just gosh,
I don't understand why he ran that way. I mean, at least he should have, if he was going to run that way.
Pictures of the bison, and watch this. Is he coming around the stand of trees?
He should have jumped off into that area, but he realistically, we go back to the beginning, more to the beginning.
To be involved. It's just grandfather and his.
He should have been gotten the fuck out of there.
Yeah, we see them walking by,
or gotten deep into the trees because he's not gonna. That guy's not gonna chase him into the trees.
And watch this. Is he coming around the stand of trees? And he just gosh, gets flipped up in the air.
That's gonna hurt.
I can't imagine the power that bison would be able to do that. But it didn't look like he was making any kind of provocative move toward the bison. I understand it's mating season. And they get pretty uppity, they're full of testosterone.
Yes. Yeah, so bison are herd animals, and the males have to compete with each other for breeding rights for the female.
You know, and are the Buffalo Bills going to change their helmets to something new and interesting like this of the guy flying through the air? I mean, I like that design just alone of the buffalo on there. I think that the bison, they're not buffalo, they're bison. Buffalo are mainly in Asia, or some in Asia and Africa. That bison on the bills there, that's I like it. I think it's hilarious adding the guy to it. I think it's really hilarious adding the guy. But the dude's hurt.
So anything this time of the year just gets them very angry and aggressive.
Yeah, they're full of testosterone. They're in the rut.
Okay.
They're
So when you saw the man go flying in the air, who was standing so calmly when they saw this very large animal, what was your thought? Like, my gosh, he must be seriously injured.
Yeah, well, I was a combat photographer in the 82nd Airborne Division. I've been in combat a lot, and so I'm used to making these choices. I saw immediately the situation had changed. It's no longer my time to film and my time to go and haze that bison away, because I was really afraid that he was going to get stomped or gored, and that might have been the end of it.
Oh.
So what did you do to try to get the animal away?
so that's kind of fucking hilarious. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Stop what you're doing. I feel bad for him. I mean, I grew up around bulls and shit. We used to have bulls. Oh man, they get feisty. Now some of the bulls that we had, you can get them upward to around 3,000 pounds. And that's a little bit bigger than a bison, but they're a little bit shorter too than a bison. And it's still, you never lose eye contact with a bull. Never. Always keep your eyes on it. Never turn your back on a bull. Ever. pray to God you are not in an open field like that where you're playing a cat and mouse around those little pine trees like that. That you needed to get your to something bigger. A bigger tree is great. That uh, uh, trash receptacle, the Dodge Dakota sitting there, he should have zigzagged towards that. Now, buffalo are a little bit more, bison are a little bit more agile than a cow is, but um, a regular bull. But I mean, that'd be what I was looking for. That I'd be looking for now that way. But one, you never want to put yourself in that situation. I feel sorry for the dude, and hopefully he's recovering. And we send our prayers and thoughts to him and his family. I mean, that was traumatic. At least he didn't. Nothing happened after the fact that he got flipped up in the air. I mean, worse things could happen. I know bulls. And if this was more in an open area, he might have gotten stampeded. Uh, I know bulls will do that. They'll come back and just their fucking head is just so goddamn massive. It's fuck. I feel sorry for them, but that's the way they are. They're kind of territorial. They got to be able to fight for the female. They got the testosterone just pumping through their bodies. Um, at that same point in time, we've noticed a lot in humans over the decades. Our testosterone level keeps dropping off. Uh, a lot has to do with what we consume, our foods, and especially in the last few years, it's been dropping drastically. Uh, and we need the testosterone in our guys. We especially need it in your if you're a service member. Uh, Cops might need it. Uh, Anybody over the age of 30 will see a significant drop in their testosterone. But naturally, each year, kids are being born with less and less testosterone. Uh, Boys, this does not affect women by any means. This is a male problem. Women don't seem to have this problem. They seem to keep producing enough estrogen every month, especially. And we found that in doing hysterectomies, that even leaving a little chunk of an ovary will still leave enough estrogen for the woman. So, but chopping a guy's balls out, permanently removing his balls, that's going to really affect testosterone levels for one. And just fatigue on the body in general is going to drag testosterone levels down for men. It does wear out folks. So we are announcing that we were going to do testosterone screenings for all of our service members over the age of 30. Now, you got to remember, some of these people, they join the military at the age of 18. Now, you can retire after 20 years. So that only puts you at 38. So that's 8 years that you're still kind of working for the government. You still want to be in good shape. There's good chances that you're going out in the field. I mean, when after 9/11 happened, when we pulled a whole bunch of National Guard to serve over in Iraq, one of my high school teachers who had children that were older than me by a few years was called up because he was in the National Guard. He was a captain. He got called up to active duty and he was in his 60s almost and had to go over. I can't say that, I mean, physically, he cannot compete with a person that's even 50, let alone somebody that's 20. or 18, 19 years old just joined in. So yeah, I mean, the testosterone screening's good. We get these guys on testosterone replacement therapy, um, and get their T levels back up so they can they're not getting chunky. They can stay fit and on top of their game. It helps guys with mental clarity. It's a phenomenal hormone that we lose as men over time, but of course, I don't have that. Where the fuck did I do with it? No! Oh no, I lost it. I lost it. Shit. Oh fuck. Anyway, they are. I can't find it. Can I? Or was that just on? That's Fox News. That's what I was just at. Is it on here? I don't know. Anyway, the lefties are fucking losing their mind. This is gender affirming care. No, I mean, they're already males. It's not trying to suppress another hormone. This is not a hormone replacement thing at all. This is them taking their testosterone that men need because we do produce it. It'd be different if they're taking estrogen or females that do have some testosterone, taking testosterone to deepen their voice and whatnot, grow hair. But it's not gender affirming care. This is not a violation of what he's already said, that we're not going to give hormones. We're not going to give you hormones if you're a girl and you think you need testosterone. We're not going to do that. If you're a guy and you think that, oh, my T count's a little too high, I need more estrogen. No, that's not going to fucking happen. If you're a woman and your estrogen levels are low, then yes, there is estrogen replacement therapy too. Just like there's testosterone therapy. But to say that is gender affirming care, fuck them off. Fuck the fuck off. Yeah, JPal I know was really bitching about it, and I thought I had a video on it. Yeah, I lost it. I don't know where it's at. Uh, we'll find it's we're in the height of mosquito season. It hasn't rained here for a while. We are hot as fucking hell here. We're in our third wave, and this is the reason why we have air conditioning in Europe. We don't get heat waves that last for a couple of days. We get heat weeks. We're going to have a heat wave from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Actually, kind of started on Sunday. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be in the 90s. Heat index is up around 100. That's 40 degrees Celsius, heat fucks. Reason why we have air conditioning. But supposedly we're experiencing low mosquito numbers in Iowa. I don't know. I don't count mosquitoes. I've killed mosquitoes this year. I don't know. But Iowa chill hits the fucking nail Nail right on the fucking head with this shit. Did a mosquito write this? Kind of makes you fucking wonder. Kind of makes you wonder. Did a fucking mosquito write this bullshit? I mean, makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. I'm checking something just to make sure. Oh, that's going too. Awesome. So if I type and I say hi to everybody, hi, hello. Is that going to all of them? It went to both of them. Good deal. I said hello. I said hello, hello, hello. Hello. Anyway, uh, yeah, I really don't know. I'm not around a lot of watery areas. I know when I lived in another town, I took my dog for a walk. We got out. It was right by the river there, and we crossed the sidewalk to get closer to the river. And I looked down, and I had a whole shit ton on my arm. I started swatting him. I looked down at my puppy, and her nose and head are just all hit with already raised up by mosquitoes. Like, yep, fuck this. Let's get back to the car. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're not getting bit the fuck up here. Not tonight. No, 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 no. Uh, kind of another funny here. We see this all the time on a lot of uh, advertises. We're one of the two nations in the world that get pharmaceutical ads. Us and New Zealand. I really don't think we should have pharmaceutical ads. I'm tired of seeing pharmaceutical ads. It really, when I do see them, when I'm in places where they're actually playing on normal television and shit, uh, it's funny to watch all the side effects. Listen to all these side effects. I really get a kick out of the ones that are for vaccines. Do not take this vaccine if you are allergic to the vaccine. Well, how the fuck am I going to know if I'm allergic to the vaccine unless I take the vaccine? Does that mean I might be allergic to something that's in that? I mean, I'm done taking vaccines. I told my doctor that. They don't even ask. They don't even fucking ask. Uh, I could kind of understand what growing up the way I did that the need for a tetanus vaccine, but that's a vaccine that doesn't affect 99.9% of the world's population. Just saying. If you're a Wall Street executive, you're born and raised in New York City, you're never going to leave New York City. You're never going to be on a farm. You're never going to be around where there's shit. And then you have no chance of getting tetanus, but by God, we better give you that 10-year vaccine. Yeah, I should have had enough to be vaccinated for the rest of my fucking life on that stuff. 5 years in a row, I ended up needing some type of stitches or staples at the hospital 5 years in a row. And every year they gave me a new tetanus shot. They'd ask me if I had a tetanus shot. I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I had one last year, the last time I was in here. Well, okay, well, we'll just give you another one just to be safe. Well, you have my fucking records too. You could easily pull up the last time I was at a doctor's office, which was the hospital, and find out that, hey, he had a tetanus shot. He doesn't need another tetanus shot. Maybe that's the reason why I have fucked up. I mean, I still blame shaking hands with Hillary Clinton. That's still my downfall. I swear to God. If I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no fucking luck at all. I swear this fucking does not want to be a fucking charge or something. What the fuck is going on? It turned on. Oh, I don't know why it turned on. Probably because I have nothing fucking playing at all. At all. Maybe that'll help. Just another funny. Watch what you're doing. Watch what you're putting in your body. As far as the vaccine goes, watch your meat. We've been getting some. We got some hamburger the other day, and it does not look like normal hamburger. So be careful out there with that stuff. You never know what the fuck is going to happen as far as that goes. So just be careful. What else were we going to? Oh yes, this fucking crazy.
I need help. I don't know what to do. My wife is being her released.
Holy
I don't care what.
shit balls.
I need help. I don't know what to do. My wife is being detained. The Toms River.
Why won't this?
Jail is broken.
You know what? I let me just restart this whole fucking thing. It won't let me pause it. Normally I can move the fucking video. Well, thank God Elon Musk bought X. I know he's lost a shit ton of money over it. But without X, yes, Donald Trump would not have been president. That's for sure. But this is going to take fucking forever, but we'll just come back to it. What else did we have? Is this still on? No, it fucking refreshed. No. There's a video on here. Maybe I can get down to it. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Why baseballs fly further with climate change? Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to blame climate change because a baseball can fly further? Has nothing to do with it. What are you going to blame? Oh, Mickey Mantle had a whole bunch of home runs that definitely would have been over 500 feet. That was in the 50s and 60s. Well, what are you going to say about that? Oh, it's this, different this, it was different that. No. We've moved a lot of the stadiums back. I mean, I know is it left field? Right field is really short in New York's the Yankee Stadium, but first off, you'd have to have climate change, and we don't have climate change. We have man-made weather, yes, but not in the standpoint that we as a people are doing anything to control the weather. It's the people above us. So, no, there's no fucking climate change. And why the baseballs fly farther? They're not flying farther. If anything, yeah, the balls have kind of changed a little bit. The bats have changed a little bit. They want the hits. Used to be, baseball's ever changing, but it seems like we have more and more hits every year than we don't. It has nothing to do with climate change because people are hitting the ball more and the ball's getting more livelier and we're having more home runs, and that has nothing to do with the fucking weather. Absolutely nothing to do with the fucking weather. Did my fucking thing come back up? Oh, I can pause it. So this dumb cunt decided they're down here from Canada. They first were in Texas for a while. Yeah, I think it was Texas. And then they moved to New Jersey for some weird reason. She's in some fucking band. They're fucking your typical communist leftist people. She walks up and assaults a teen wearing Trump attire. Thinking, I don't know what thinking that she can get away with it, that assault on teenagers is fine. assault on other people is fine because they're wearing something that you disagree with. If that was the case, I couldn't make it outside the house half the time without wanting to fucking hit somebody. Come on. So she fucking gets locked her ass. They lock her ass up. Well, guess what? She's a Canadian citizen. She's not supposed to be here anymore. You just committed a crime on U.S. soil. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're now on an ICE hold. You're being detained by ICE. Even in the Democrat-controlled New Jersey, you're still being held by ICE. And this fucker don't know what to do. He's going to go on a bitch rant and rave and...
No, I don't know what to do. My wife is being detained by ICE. She's in Ocean County Jail right now, and I can't get a hold of her. She keeps trying to call me, but they won't let me put money on her card. The kiosk in the Toms River jail is broken, and all the numbers and stuff they gave me wasn't right or wouldn't allow me to put money on her card. And ICE is coming there to pick her up. I need an immigration lawyer. I need help. I don't know
immigration lawyer.
I don't have...
You don't need no fucking immigration lawyer. You don't need an immigration lawyer. Go back to Canada. She'll meet you there. They're just going to deport her ass. This is simple fucking assault, misdemeanor assault. That's a slap on the wrist. But the fact that she's not a citizen, now we can deport your ass because, well, you have a charge here. We can handle the court shit over Zoom. You don't have to come back to the United States. You will owe a fine to the United States. Probably won't be jail time. Be probation, but you won't be able to come back to the United States ever again. And we are going to give you a taxpayer-funded flight back to Canada. So, dude, fuck your lawyer. You don't need a lawyer. There's no immigration lawyer that you really... Lawyers just say, well, you go back to Canada. And wait. Just go back to Canada.
Have any money. I'm so fucking broke. But I gotta figure something out.
So broke because I don't work.
I gotta save her. I need help. I need you to figure out. I don't know. This just happened. I need help. I need my wife. I don't want her to get hurt. I don't.
But she has no problem wanting to hurt somebody else. And obviously, same with you. I mean, we found your other accounts, and you two are not the very best people. It's okay to hurt somebody else for their belief. But God forbid now something retaliatory happens to her.
I don't want to see her get... I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Go back to Canada. Go back to Canada, eh?
Today, July 13th, my wife was detained by ICE and brought to Delaney Hall in Newark, New Jersey. My wife is a Canadian citizen and I'm an American citizen. We've been married for a little over 3 years, and I'm just doing anything I can to...
So she's been down here for 3 years illegally then, more or less. She does not gain status just for being married. If they did have a kid, it would have American citizenship. It also would have Canadian citizenship, if so chosen. That this is not have nothing to do with the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. The father is a citizen, so the child is now a citizen. If the father was not a citizen, then the child wouldn't be a citizen of the United States. We went over this last video, how fucked we are with the Supreme Court being so intimidated that it is affecting their decisions. Because the law can't, for some weird reason, the law is not doing their job. I don't know. The law is on our side to arrest these people that are even picketing in front of their home. You can't follow them or anything, but this. So get back to this. She's not trying to become a citizen. Guarantee you that. Guarantee you she hasn't looked into becoming a naturalized U.S. citizen. 3 years married? Fuck no. I don't feel sorry. She's going to go to Canada. You might as well go up there and try to become a Canadian.
Any help to and attention to her.
Overstay your visas up there.
Get her released, even if that means back to Canada. I don't.
She
care
will get
what your
released back to
opinions
Canada.
are of me or
You're a piece of
the
shit.
Situation that's kind of irrelevant. All that matters is her safety and her
No.
well-being.
I don't care. I don't give two fucks. You did not care for the well-being of the girl that you smacked because you disagreed with what she was wearing. Fuck your safety. Your safety don't matter anymore. You threw that away. Tip for a tat. Karma's a bitch. Well, how many other ways can we put it? I go up and I smoke somebody, there's going to be consequences, either legally or they're going to hit back and maybe harder. Not the only reason I don't pick fights, but obviously she don't give two fucks about her safety.
And to all the people who want to spread rumors and misinformation, I hope you find peace one day, but you are vile.
Well, all your shit's been vile, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Yeah, she's gonna go back to Canada, man. Sorry. She didn't want to become a citizen, and she sure as fuck ain't gonna become a citizen now. Fucking whine and cry. Oh, what to do? Go up to Canada. She'll be shipped back to her last known address in Canada, eh? Or wherever she chooses. If she's in New Jersey, we just take her across Niagara and drop her ass off and say, don't come back now, you hear? Oh. Don't forget the heart attack guy. That's a video of
president-elect or a president to be criticizing.
Is it appropriate for people in your industry to try to create division and to try to create narratives anytime these things happen? Now, you're not as interested in doing that because Newsom is a D. If Newsom was a Republican, you guys would go you would have him nailed to the wall for what they're doing over there. And I know we've dealt with it. We just assume in Florida, anytime something happens, it's going to be politicized by the media. So you guys sitting in judgment of Donald Trump, I mean, excuse me, I think your track record of politicizing these things is very, very bad.
Okay, last question.
Newsom should resign and that the wildfires are all his fault. So do you agree with those comments?
I remember when we had the Surfside Tower collapse, I had people from the Washington Post trying to blame me for it immediately without having any facts or anything. Oh, he didn't declare a state of emergency. First of all, state of emergency doesn't mean you can't respond. It's all that. Excuse me?
Biden did it. I think that's what she said.
Well, but what I'm telling you is you guys are trying to make an issue of it when I have watched from this seat. In fact, when I got elected governor, I was meeting with some of the other Republican governors, and what they would say is, hey, if you have a natural disaster, just know media's coming at you, they're going to do it. It's not the same. That mayor of LA, if that were a Republican mayor, I could only imagine what that would do. I mean, you know the fires are at high risk and you try to go to Africa or wherever she was to go on some type of voyage. You should have been there preparing and doing that, and yet I don't see a lot of heat being directed in that thing. And so, you know, I'd like to see some balance on how this is done. You could criticize the president-elect, but I think you also have to hold these other people accountable, and I have not seen that.
This must have been a while ago, because he was just talking about president-elect. But yeah, I mean, that's the media being the media. They're left. That's why they don't want this new merger to happen with Time Warner or Warner and Paramount or something. It's going to make CBS possibly go more conservative. That shouldn't be an issue in the media, whether you're right leaning or left leaning. It should be the truth. It should be. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. The media needs to be like Lady Justice and blind. Just tell me the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's all we want. None of your speculation. None of your fucking fifis being put all over this shit to be interpreted your way. When we know the laws are black and white, but you think your feelings have anything to do with the laws, is stupid. You're stupid. And that's what the media keeps doing over and over and over again, is the natural disasters that have happened in Florida with the hurricanes, he's done a damn good job. People got to rebuild. The state wasn't there trying to take their fucking land from them. California, these people can't rebuild in those where the fires were in the Palisades area. They still haven't rebuilt. There's been hardly any building permits allowed. All the funding, the fundraisers and shit, none of the money went to them. Media doesn't cover any of that shit. Ever. I thought this was kind of funny too. The outbreak of the shits, and now we're tied into lettuce, I guess. I don't know. It seems like in the last decade or so, it's every year we've got some type of outbreak in some type of lettuce or some type of produce, mainly having to do with lettuce in a lot of ways. But, safe wheat seems to be safer now than even lettuce. At least wheat ain't gonna give me a fucking disease. Listeria, E. coli. Crisis watching. And again, no, I think that's funny, but again, I'm a firm believer that everything that was put on this earth is for us and our survival. Weed is one of those things that was put out here for our survival. I just seen some got off of that. I'm off of something else. Other things happening. The president's supposed to be speaking here in about 15 minutes. Let's see if they've got this pulled up anywhere else. Let's see what this supposedly has to do with election interference. No, nothing yet. So I'll kind of keep an eye on that. I'm a firm believer. There's so much miracle shit that can happen with marijuana and cannabis. I'm gonna shut that down. I'm on Right Side Broadcasting News on Rumble. They've usually run pretty fair, accurate shit for news. If you really want to call it news. I don't know if I can refresh this today. Crude oil is back up again. We're back up again. Gasoline is way the fuck back up again. That really hurts. That hurts. We're pretty much at full-scale battles, full-scale war going on with Iran again. Why we haven't I guess I don't have all the information. I'm just a person sitting here at home in little Iowa, the flyover country, in my armchair quarterbacking of the situation, and I say, it looks like to me we have more or less have two options at this point, because 3 and 4 are pretty much shot, and those have to do with negotiations. We either need to be dropping arms or weaponry. We have to have people on the inside down on the streets to know what the heartbeat of the Iranian people are. Not all these Iranian people are Muslims. They never have been. Muslims conquered Iran and overthrew them. This was used to be part of the heart of the Great Persian Empire. Long histories, long traditions. It's an interesting topography of the land where it's at. It's all a big, huge fucking bowl. It seems like mountains on every side. But we have to have somebody on the ground. Do they need, what type of weaponry do they need to help stage their own coup, their own takeover of the government? Because obviously the Republic Guard is not the ones we need to be talking to. They were the ones that are going to fight to the end. They're the ones that are still putting out your propaganda. All propaganda. Oh, we're going to fight back to the end, and blah, blah, blah. We're never going to give up on nuclear stuff. They know they have to put up that persona, because if they don't, the people might see the weakness and try to overthrow them. They are very weak. Very fucking weak. Why we haven't armed the populace? Do they have weapons? If they have weapons, this is an ammunition thing. What do they need so we can... The CIA is great at this. It's starting fucking cultural revolutions everywhere. From Ukraine to Brazil to Africa nations to here in the United States. We're good at throwing shit. Why isn't the CIA a little bit more in? Mossad's in on a lot of this shit. But I firmly believe that Israel is secretly funding Hezbollah, Hamas, and everybody else too. Which could be via our tax money. That's the reason why they need our money for fortifications for their country. Even though they have a better GDP and everything else. Oil's up, gold's down, silver's way down. Again, I talked about this before. If we have the gold, our gold sits at a fraction of that cost. Or I just heard a number like $40. I think it's lower than that. I think it's still around the 30 some bucks an ounce. And that would, if we were just to course correct our gold pricing to current prices of around $4,000 an ounce, that would free up a lot of our debt. But we also would have to go back to the gold standard. And we have too much. That's one of the things that the deep state wants to fight. The deep state is powered by the Internal Revenue, the Federal Reserve. That's who profits the most out of keeping these there. It helps fuel the bureaucracy of DC. So it would be imperative in a step to be able to take down the deep state. And I don't know if we need an act of Congress to go back to the way the Constitution was wrote, and so be it. I mean, we are getting strong young individuals that have just the Constitution in mind. They have realized that the Constitution is not a living, breathing entity. It is a black and white document. And that we do have instructions on how this fucking Constitution works, how the amendments work. that our Supreme Court justices seem to overlook time and time and time and time again. Not to mention that if it doesn't fall underneath any of the amendments, that it falls underneath the 10th Amendment, which goes back to the states. And that's what they did with the boys and men and girls locker rooms and restrooms and shit. Is that's going to be left up to the states. Now the states have to go on record and say, yeah, we think it's totally fine that this 40-year-old man can be in the same locker room as all you young girls that are undressing and taking showers and everything. Yeah, it's perfectly fine because he thinks he's a girl right now. I mean, that's just his girl clitoris that is very, very aroused at this point in time. But just don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to it. We'll just leave it up to them. The New York shit. So, New York is fucking smelly as is. They've got a trash problem. They got a rat problem. They've got a cockroach problem. And now we've got people that are proudly ditching their deodorant this summer and going all natural. Well, that's fine. I mean, we used to not have deodorant, but at the same point in time, we used to not have all the processed foods and oils and shit that we put into our body, that we detox. When we sweat, we are sweating out toxins, the toxins that aren't released through into your liver and filtered out that way. They do seep out the body's largest organ, which is your skin. But this woman, it says she doesn't shave her armpits because it gives it natural smell. She's a 36-year-old hairstylist and carpenter. I don't know. If I smell, I just wash myself. She always is washing herself, which is great, but she also doesn't shave her armpits. So I feel like there's a bit of natural deodorant quality to that because your armpit hair wicks moisture away from your skin. No, it really doesn't that well. You kind of want that sweat layer there. Being a guy, we always have armpit hair. We've had facial hair. I sweat like a motherfucker up under here. But at one point in time, I tested the theory. I was like, fuck it. It is so freaking hot. I'm working a hot ass job as is. So I shaved my armpits. Why not? Swimmers do it. Divers do it. Wrestlers do it. So I did. And I couldn't believe the amount of how much cooler I felt personally. It felt like my body temperature was dropping down because the sweat's not hanging there. The sweat beads up and rolls out, leaving your body with, you want that nice sheen film of sweat because that's going to help maintain a cool layer. The armpit hair isn't doing you any good. If anything, it's helping keep the scent there. I've smelled this numerous times, and it's just, I get going with more all natural deodorants. I'm all for the all natural more deodorants. Get away from the aluminum. The aluminum shit in there is really bad. Fuck the antiperspirant. I use the aluminum free. I went a long time without using deodorant. I'll admit that myself. But my body wasn't releasing the fucking toxins that are being put out nowadays. This
is Sasquatch Unfiltered News, live from Yellowstone.
Stop! But I mean, why not? You're already suffering a heat waves out there too, and you're gonna stink. I mean, Does she sit there with a bucket of water and a rag and keep... Just a second. And while I'm doing your hair... remind me not to go to her to have my hair done. I ain't got no hair. So the president's supposed to be talking here real shortly, and New York stinks like a motherfucker now. No, I don't think that you have the garbage and the rats problems, you sewer problems. You got women and guys going around all natural saying, fuck it, I don't care if I smell at all. I mean, are we really going to be able to smell them over the putrid smell of everything else? I mean, makes you kind of wonder. Makes you wonder. At this point in time, I really have no desire to go to New York City. I just, unless we can pass the national concealed carry permit, I really don't like going towards lefty cities at all. I mean, I guess Cedar Rapids has been kind of changing, which is really funny because I always grew up and this was a very, very conservative, very. Any bets? That's where you need Kalishi. I needed to be on Kalishi. I probably could have made money if the president's going to be on time or not tonight. He's got 2 minutes to show up. I should have placed bets that he would be about 5 minutes late. Am I going to be right? Well, we'll see. I just got a text from the president saying he's election interference. He is going to do the election interference. This might get very interesting. This, FBI did raid Fulton County down in Georgia. I don't believe in statistical anomalies. I love statistics. I love the numbers. There's no such thing as anomalies. Anomalies do not happen when it comes to math in general. Statistics is a form of math. You don't have those. And I am a firm believer we've never had a fair election to start off with. Ever. And I'm talking about going back to the very first election in, what was it, 1789. That could we have the most secure election? We could. We very well could. The Save American Act is a good step in the right direction. And I guess we'll see what happens. They did attach that bill. It is off to the Senate again as a paired up package. I'm really scared of the military budget thing because I do believe that's got the sharing our military intelligence directly with Israel. I don't think that's a good direction. I really don't. That's going to weaken us, I do believe, as a nation. But we'll see. We'll see. It is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll see. I'll pull this down here. I'll put it right here. Are you gonna let me do anything? Jack these up. Live.
That is lasting about 23 minutes. That per some sources. So we'll see.
It's at about 23 minutes.
Now 8 o'clock the Central Time Zone, 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
We're a minute late. Here we go. I should have made some bets. I could have made some money tonight.
We're getting ready now. As we saw earlier. earlier, Carolyn Levitt back at that podium for the White House press briefing, which was pretty awesome.
Okay. Caroline Levitt came back. That's good news. That's good news. She's back from
after
having
maternity
the
leave. And,
baby.
obviously, a star, the GOAT of
Mazel tov, it's a boy. I don't know.
press
She had a
today,
girl, I
especially the
believe.
press that was so concerned about President Trump's speech tonight. It didn't even happen yet, and they were all concerned about it. Well, you can watch it right here, and you can watch it in conservative media and the other networks that are actually airing it. So great to see that. And those of you watching on your phone,
I guess we're just gonna kind of wait this out. I guess I'll stay live and we'll watch this all together.
And into next week, we know that September 9th and 10th is the midterm RNC National Convention as well. So a lot going on.
Yeah, tell me what you think about that fucking
few months into the midterm election.
addiction to deodorant.
President
If you're going for a no deodorant challenge, why not start that like in December? Do the December challenge of no deodorant December. You know, we can all get on board with that.
Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer, stronger, and far wealthier than it has ever been before. We are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster. After the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murders, many of whom killed more than one person. We had transgender for everybody, men and women's sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history.
Oh, come on.
Monthly decline in more than 6 years just happened. It was just given out. The media reported it, and we accepted the best in 6 years. The tax cuts in our great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job-creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nation's policy, because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of health care. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of health care is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children, so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to TrumpAccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country. with 0 illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is 0. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide, with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900.
I really don't like when he keeps going over these stats.
25 years ago.
I get it.
We're
We get
making
it,
a
we get
record
it.
investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful
He's
military
not
by
running
far
for president.
anywhere in the world.
2 years.
I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed, because no country can be great without fair and honest elections.
Yes.
You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very, very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure. One where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes, and really exposes like levels never thought possible, to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you.
Of course.
The
of
American
course.
people are beautiful, are great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the
Well, that's somebody
President's
I haven't heard of
Intelligence
in a while.
Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That
That's
information
pretty much all of them.
includes names, addresses, phone numbers,
Pretty much all
political
of them.
party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases.
Well, they don't exist. The
in our
deep state don't
intelligence
exist. Just like
agency
Antifa,
work to
that's just an
actively
idea.
suppress and downplay information about
But the deep
extent
state
of
just does
China's
not exist
sinister
one little bit.
election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. They did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they...
Oh, come on.
A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say, the cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his re-election. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done a great job, and they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election, and the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world.
Amen.
These are exact
brother,
quotes
amen.
from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that were supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems, dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states,
And they haven't
the judge
updated
that
the machine, it's just
the
the
United
software a little
States
bit.
adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it, made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026, this is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could act. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020 and to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up.
Of course it
Among
is.
the
All the
disclosures
time.
tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned, they couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, They identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet, even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls, and yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like
even India can get their ballots counted in the
NBC
night.
and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is, and
they're complicit in it too. The media always has been complicit in this shit.
They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left.
Because when you have Democrats in there, they help feed. I mean, Obama helped feed like
free and fair
sites like BuzzFeed and that
like this
to spread lies.
Of their licenses.
They got funding. Their funding ran out, and guess what? BuzzFeed's no more.
Absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion-dollar assets. Great damage has been done to our
21-minute mark, 22 minutes.
Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system.
This shouldn't be a partisan. This should be non-partisan issue.
Partisan, really, we should be
non-partisan.
Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody.
Yeah, everybody should agree on this.
It should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us.
You would want you make sure that your vote counts.
Not
the people that don't have the rights to vote don't counteract your vote.
I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committed.
Luckily, I live in a state that we take it very seriously. We do have voter ID. I don't really agree too much on the same-day registration. I think that can be used for fraud. So far, it hasn't, though. Knock wood. Wherever I have wood, I always use my hand.
I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately.
First, that's
But
going to be
most
met
importantly,
with federal
addressing this crisis
injunctions.
of
Federal
election
judge can say, you
security
can't do
demands
that.
that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad.
Yes,
And your
100%.
candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo, voter ID. How simple
Which
is
is
that?
except
Could I have your photo, please? Photo, voter
which
ID.
everybody that's
All
old
voters
enough
must
to
provide proof
even
of citizenship.
to be able to buy
Are
alcohol
you a
definitely
citizen
has
of
an
our
ID
country, please?
because they want to have that ID to be able to buy
Hopefully, there will
alcohol.
be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many
States that
other
legalize
places,
weed,
mail-in
another thing.
ballots are inherently corrupt.
Yeah, they are.
So you would have
100%.
no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment,
absentee.
or travel if you're going away on
Absentee
business or
ballots. Absentee
vacation.
ballots, that's it.
These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned.
And
To
you
all
just go a step
Americans, I ask
further
you
and
to
make
pick
the
up your
day
phone
a
tomorrow, call
holiday
your
and
representatives in the
everybody a
House and
federal
Senate,
holiday that
and
just gets
demand
included to be a
that they
day off.
pass the
for everyone.
Save America Act without delay. Together we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great
25
military.
minutes. So.
And God bless America. Thank you very much.
So there we are with the president. There. And so we do need to pass that act. That's the only way to that anything's gonna happen good. People want to lighten up fireworks. Woo! So light up some. Plus or minus on the daylight savings time. I've been pushing for it. I just don't know which time zone we should actually go. Time is an illusion anyway. I mean, what's high noon in Chicago? Chicago has the same time zone as where I live. We're about 200 miles away, 250 miles away. That's a lot of time for the sun to travel, considering it takes us 24 hours to make a full circle. Now it's going to piss me off on there. Now it's loading. Now it's fucking loading. Now it's finally fucking loading. So we will leave again. I like funnies. We went a long time on this. Hope some people will catch this on the reruns on or not. Well, yeah, X Rumble or YouTube. But we're gonna leave. Again, here's the press talking to now the Buffalo to get his side of the story of why he jacked this guy.
This is Sasquatch Unfiltered News live from Yellowstone. Sir, what happened out there? Call me Craig. I was hot, horny, and that old man was in my space. He was 50 yards away.
That's Craig. Craig's a dick.
And you chased him around for a while. Why didn't you stop? I'd already committed to it. You ever turn around halfway through a chase? Makes you look stupid.
You're right. I mean, why you're in the middle of a job? Why the fuck stop there and say you're pooped out or whatever? You're committed. You finished the fucking job. So valid point, Mr.
You feel bad?
Bison.
That man's in a full body cast? He paid to enter Yellowstone. I gave
True.
him the full experience.
That's a hell of an
You
experience.
launched him 12 feet in the air. Premium package.
Good package.
Back to you. This is
All right, everybody. God bless you. We'll be back on Saturday at 7 o'clock Central Time. I probably depends. I might do some Minecraft tomorrow, 2 o'clock or so ish. Just kind of depends. I could play earlier. I'm just not gonna chat too much. So yes, if you don't catch me then, I don't see you anytime soon. God bless you all and have a great Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Friday. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless you.